All right, hey, what's up? We're back in Final Fantasy 14. I'm continuing to procrastinate because I have a true lack of understanding on what I should be doing with my time. So it's good. It's good. Anyway, I did want to show or talk about here quick. We got some reaction content to do here quick. We got some Warhammer releases, and I want to talk about them. Give me a moment. Not releases at least, but announcements. Quick, making sure everything is all hunky-dory. Like, for example, I'm not getting the window that I need, which would be a problem. Good. Just check each other quick. Okay. All right. Let's just do this quick. Hello. So today we are doing, we got some announcements for Warhammer 40K, some cool ones, some combat patrols, and a new mech. Let's go. So this is exciting day. I love the random reveals. It's always good. Couple I think I was semi-expected, but you know, let's just get right into it. Let's stop teasing the concept. Let's just get right in. So we've got oh, you know what? I think I'm feeling a growth spurt. I think if I could select everything, I must grow! Make my minion grow! Alright, so, there we go. Alright, so, first off, let's see. So let's get to, we've got new combat patrols. I'm so excited for these. Specifically, this one right here. Right there. There. That one. That one right there. I love Corsairs. I was so hyped to see them. You could see my reaction to that in a video that I guess will be up here. Up here somewhere. But this just looks sick. I mean, like, I love the battle board, which this is twice now. I've twice in a row have done a recording with Dylan for Heretic Hammer, and I have forgotten to show him the battle board. This is twice now. I keep forgetting. I want to do it on the show, but now I feel like it's just irrelevant, so I'm just going to show him it. But no, I love the Corsairs. I think, honestly, this is, from a Corsairs perspective, I think one of the best that they could do, because this is easy, right? While this is technically, oops, I think technically this, the base version of this model is an epic character. Realistically here, like, let's be real. you know, you and I, right? Let's be real here. You're going to make this whatever character you want, especially with the new, you know, character rules that they established in the game, where you can just make it. Honestly, the new character rules are so cool because they let you finally, like, it's the best character support for kit bashing that we've had from a data sheet this whole edition, and I'm so happy for it. So yeah, this is definitely a good contender for doing any forms of kit bashing. But yeah, like, I think honestly this is okay, like, because Combat Patrol is, if anything, maybe the one box that GW releases that I personally feel like I can criticize for being a box that maybe you should be able to buy more than one of, right? Because, you know, everybody looks at the battle forces and they're like, oh, well, what if, like, you can only buy one of this box? Brother, with most people in the hobby right now, you are lucky to buy one box and be able to afford it, right? Like, my whole thing is, how can I convince somebody to get even one, let alone two, you know? So, like, I get it. I get the thought process from a collecting standpoint and all that, but I still firmly believe the only box that can be criticized for having, you know, being able to buy more than one box is Combat Patrol. It's right here. It's these are it. So I like, this feels more like, this feels like I could buy more than one of these, you know. Whoa, wow. Calm down. It's calm down tracking. Okay. Yeah. So that's what I like about it, is that it truly feels like you could get more than one of these. And because, like, this, I mean, the Viper is, or not the Viper. This isn't the Viper. Fuck. I've been trying to build an army. I can't remember its freaking name. But, like, from a Corsair perspective, like, this is really good. This is just really good to tack on to just a normal Eldari army, right? Like, especially if you're building an RE. This is just, you could tack this in, you know, and just roll from there. All right. Otherwise, we've got the Red Corsairs box, which this I'm not feeling. You know, and I will note that there's a lot of times where I do kind of end up being a little bit of an outlier when it comes to some of my Warhammer opinions. And I'm not ashamed of that. I'm not ashamed of it. But this, like, I don't know. Like, you're getting a Rhino, which can hold two of this group of guys, and then a bunch of Felgor Ravagers. Like, cool. I get 1.5 kill teams. Yay? Like, I don't know. It's not, this is not hitting it for me. The starter box, I think, was the collecting box was pretty okay, like, was pretty good. This ain't it. This ain't it, man. It's really disappointing because the Red Corsair, all the Red Corsair stuff were so good. And I do understand why they didn't put the command squad in here and all that, or Huron, whatever. Like, I get that, right? It's the same reason they didn't put Uriel, right, in this box. You know, they didn't put him in this box because they have the other character, you know. This, oh, Wave Serpent. God, I was dumb. I should have sit down. But yeah. I don't know. Now, Combat Patrol crew. Good. My beloved has taught me the ways of the Kroot. And let me tell you, me like it. So, this, I don't know well enough, I guess, about, I do not know well enough about Kroot to know about from a collecting standpoint, even if this is great. But me, a Lei Tao fan, you know, me, where I'm just kind of like, I like the cool dinosaur-y looking like chomper bird guys, and their dinosaur like this one's riding a fucking lizard. Like, that's dope as shit. I don't care what your Chad Space Marine opinion is. This is cool as hell. So, you know, like, from that, you know, then the idea is, okay, like, is this a good collector's box? You know, are we getting a good deal? I don't know. I could do the math quick, you know, but to me, a good deal is so dependent on how much you want to run a unit. And so at least just having the option, I think, to me, is at least a good step, right? Like, we are getting 2 characters, I think, because this is actually a character unit here. I'm pointing out with my mouse. And then sorry, what's that? Okay, sorry. And then we've got the rider on the bottom here. So that, like, we've got 2 characters, so that's good. I like that. But other than that, I couldn't tell you if this is like a crazy good. This looks like this is the kill team, I think, too. So, and kill teams, I've had very mixed opinions when it comes to putting kill teams into the 40K armies. They have, in my opinion, sometimes been really cool and they have good abilities. Other times I've felt I was gonna do this, but I was like, this motion has been ruined. It's been ruined. So we're not gonna do that. Even though I technically have already done it and it's on the internet, but you know, but shut up, okay? Just shut up. Anyway, we got the Night Lords. This I conceptually actually think is really cool. So this is, we've got the Chaos Lord, but I think this is also the same one that was in the Shadow Hunt, or is part of the Murder Wing, the Murder Wing kill team. But you're kind of getting what I think in a lot of ways a number of them should have gotten from accessing the kill team box, which is essentially like the ability that it's like, yeah, you can build the kill team, or here's all these cool guys, you know, and you can make your Night Lord, you can build custom Night Lord sprues and stuff like that. So now from a combat patrol perspective, I mean, what is this? So this has the Chaos Lord, chosen 10 legionaries. Honestly, from a building perspective, that's pretty good. Now it's Chaos Lord with jump pack, and that is a bit of an aesthetic choice from a Night Lords collecting standpoint. Granted, if you are picking Night Lords, I need to lean in here. If you're picking Night Lords and you don't like Raptors and Warp Talons, you need to change your Legion. Okay. I just wanted to be clear. I just needed to make that clear because you've completely missed the point. If you don't like Raptors and Warp Talons and you like Night Lords, do you like about? Are you just a sadist? Like, I don't know. I guess maybe. I mean, granted, this is 40K, so like maybe that's a valid. I guess technically in the world of 40K, that is a valid reason. So I can't totally fault you, but it just feels like you're really missing out. You know, you're missing out on the juice. Yeah. Now, if you're like, I don't want to play them right now, sure, that's fine. But if you don't like them, I feel like you need a different Legion. Anyway, that was the four combat patrols that were announced today. I like them. I'm really hoping that we get the combat patrol gets a good refresh going into 11th edition, and that it is way more like shoot, what was it called? Spearhead. Oh yeah. We did get a better look. I haven't talked about. I haven't talked about her because since her reveal. This looks dope. Love this. But like, she's sick. Love having a named character that isn't Call too. Also great. Love that. We're big fans. So. What the hell my arm keeps doing? Oh, it's doing that. I know what it's doing. I need to tilt. There we go. It catches my tracker really likes to catch on my chin, my hand tracker. So if it's leading into me, it will sometimes be that way. So my bad. These are cool models. I actually think these are very cool, and I would love to see them. I would have loved to see this make its way to Kill Team. But this is very cool. I like them a lot. Anyway, that picture. These guys got a data sheet. I just wanted to peek at it. I was just curious. The Twin Lance. These are sick models. I love that. I love them. These are awesome. You know, the base is really cool. I love how they reflect each other. It's sick. But I wanted to kind of just blind react to this. So we are getting, it's a 2-unit epic hero, which is cool. I think it's interesting, unique. I like that. But let's see. So we've got, one of them has a fusion eliminator. Because this is the funky part. So yeah, we've got the fusion eliminator, ion scatter cannon, shard storm burst. Let's see. So 18 range in general. So this is a get closer unit for sure. We kind of knew that. Just because of if one of them has to get close, they both need to be able to get close. So I'm glad that they're the same range for their main weapons. That part's good. The Melta being, well, it's Melta 2s, and it being 2 attacks is definitely, I think, solid. The fusion eliminator iron shatter cannon get extra attacks as melee weapons. That's fascinating, actually. Now they hit on 4-ups instead of 2s, so still pretty bad, right? The shooting, just because they're getting the melee profile doesn't mean it's good, which that's okay. Because granted, I still think Tau could get some form of benefit in melee. You don't want to make him too powered because of how strong these shooting profiles are, right? Like, these shooting profiles are so strong that you don't want to make it worse. But then you get the pulse pistol in melee. That's a 3-up. So at least you know, you get something, but you could potentially get some good damage out with some shenanigans to make this 4 up a little bit lower. So honestly, they could be, I think they could sneakily make themselves pretty good in melee. But then yeah, the shooting is like the main weapon obviously is the part that's really decent. Some of the extra weapons are definitely like they're solid, but they're not crazy damage dealers. These are definitely like get rid of a little bit of extra chaff, but these are all secondary weapon profiles, you know, so like these are meant to supplement, you know. But we've got like essentially you got one good anti-tank. Like they almost kind of want to split fire, you know. One's gonna be anti-tank or anti-character, and then the other's gonna get rid of the chaff, which could be a good 1-2 punch, right? You attack here first, you know, because then if you're attacking one unit, if you are attacking one unit, you could try to attack here first, get rid of, you know, such and such's gaggle of idiots, and then use this to get rid of the melter to get rid of the character. But let's see, I want to see their abilities here. So each time a model in this unit makes a range attack, targets the closest eligible target. That attack has sustained hits and ignores cover. Ooh, okay. There's some sauce. We're getting some sauce. At the start of your opponent's charge phase, you can select one enemy, excluding monster and vehicle units. When the 12 inches of this unit, that unit must take a battle shock test until the end of the turn. Subtract one from charge rolls made for that unit. And battle shock ability really. At the end of the fight phase, this unit can either make a normal move up to 6 inches or a fallback or a 6-inch fallback move. Could be good. Gets them out of the area, keeps them out of melee. Always make them make a charge. I like that. That's nice. And it's just at the end of the fight phase. So this is a, you know, there's not a, they can just keep moving. And then they have one gun drone. So yeah, they look pretty decent. I think they'll be fun. We'll have to find out if they end up being world destructive though later. All right, and then, oh my God, we have a new knight. Pog, we have a new knight. Yeah. New knight, new knight, new knight, new knight, new knight. Oh, we love a new knight. Yeah. It looks, I love it's this mix of, you know, it's this mix of the Cerastus, you know, and the rest of the standard Imperial knights. You know, it looks like, because it looks like it's got those like thinner legs. You know, it's got the hitched back legs, but you know, and it's got the like harpoon that the Cerastus gets, but a little bit chunkier. Ooh, love that helmet. Love that helmet. Love that helmet. Yeah, you can kind of see here. So like, it kind of sits in between. Yeah, because that's not an armature. Oh, maybe it is. Oh yeah, that is the armature. So it's kind of in between. Oh, that's interesting. I like that. I'm glad. That's actually good. This Knights needed a middle ground. They really needed a middle ground. And I actually am glad about that, because that might help make this. Well, it's going to be two things, right? It will help. Hopefully, it will help War Dog spam getting reduced, but then also hopefully we'll get less. But yeah, hopefully War Dog spam will be reduced, but then also hopefully, hopefully that, because obviously these, you know, you'll be able to move both, right? You'll be able to make this a Chaos Knight. So that'll hopefully help with the kind of get them a little bit of extra middle ground, and that'll help the spread up. Hold on. That was wrong seed. But that's all. That was just these cool Warhammer models. Just wanted to make a little thing about that. See you next time. All right. Just wanted to make that quick video. Let's I'm gonna pause the music here, and then we're gonna get into let's get into the Final Fantasy. That was partly why I also started early. All right. So yeah, so I've been doing. I did a little bit of work last night. I was hanging out with some friends in Discord. That's why I actually didn't end up streaming this last night when I could have. But Pictomancer's still already almost at 92. So we're definitely going to be kind of sitting in and maybe having a relative focus in the Sage territory for now. The balance is definitely funky, but this is the best, because we've moved over to what was the alternate route. So we chose the one route before. Now we're in the next one. So the approachable Pelu. That's like what it that's like what a con incest. Incel is what I wanted to say. I wanted to make this whole thing that's like what a con incel says when they want to seem approachable. It didn't work. I just realized I don't have my chat. Bro, where's my chat? Chat. There we go. Yo, we can ride the alpaca. Let's go. Well, that's your fault. This is, oh my God, I'm okay. I'm going to try to keep this. Fuck. I stuck some shit over. I'm so flabbergasted. All right. I'm about to fucking go off here for a second. Read the cutscene. I don't care. Read the cutscene. It's fine. You can read the cutscene. Leave it. Okay. This is the shit that pisses me off. People are always like when the people who are like, I don't like dogs. I'm scared of dogs. I get it. Trauma is a big deal. But when people are suddenly in that realm where they're like, oh my God, I'm so scared of dogs because a dog bit me when I was a kid. I was fucking with its tail or some shit. You know, I was beating the dog to shit. And then they're like, I'm like, no shit, the dog fucking bit you. You were harassing it. No, you're not. Bye. Anyway, it fucking, I get so mad because, like, look, I get not being a fan of dogs for various reasons, right? It's the same reasons that a lot of people aren't into cats. Now, I'm generally in the opinion that all pets are dope as shit. So you won't find a pet hater in me for any, especially of standard pets. You know, I might get a little questionable if there's a clearly like certain, I don't mean like exotic animals as pets, but mostly the ones like raccoons, where I'm like, are you sure this person has it as a pet, or are they technically a rescue? You know, that's, you got to draw questions, but that's fine. Oh, man. But like people who are just like, oh, I don't like dogs. A dog bit me when I was fucking harassing it as a child. Well, it's like, well, that's your damn fault. Don't blame all dogs in existence because you were an asshole kid who wanted to fucking like harass this dog and you made the dog mad. Like, oh, I will fucking go off. It's so aggravating. Like, oh my God, I get so upset. And granted, I love dogs. I'm a big dog guy, right? Dogs are sick. I love dogs. But, like, you know, like, part of it is always that parents need to do a better job of introducing their kids to dogs. Because... But like again, this is like it's a tiered thing. My nephews, okay, yeah, because here's the whole thing, right? My nephews used to be, these are the nephews on my wife's side. So they were born, and I met them when they were, I think, 2. So they didn't really they never had a dog in their family until me and my wife got our dog in 2022, so 4 years ago. And by that point, they were, I think the youngest nephews were 6, and the oldest was, I think, 11.
But I should introduce myself. I am Bolnok, a weaver by trade.
So,
well met, Bolnok. We're on our way.
You know, so like they
truly, I've just come from there, as it happens.
Seeing the big cat guy with like the hair like that is just kind of weird. I'm not gonna lie. Anyway,
explain the finer points of wool production.
You know, it's just like so the thing was that they were often very nervous around other dogs, and they were very timid. Now the younger ones were not as bad, but the older one was. And you know, they told me that like he had some type of bad experience, whatever, but they never told me, they never gave, like, what the description they gave me wasn't really anything. It was just the dog barked at him, which is like, so what tells me more than what it told me was that the experience with the dog wasn't bad 1-to-1. The experience with the dog was bad because of parental overreaction. And that parental overreaction could have been there because their grandmother, so my wife's mom, was always very unsure with dogs. You know, don't know why, don't know what that background was, but there was always a timidness, being very unsure. It was part of the reason they never had a dog growing up. So, and that's just, again, it's just that realm of like,
I gather from his tale we would be foolish to
we are so like, it's just like, I get when people have a bad experience, you know, with a dog or an animal or something, and it's, you know, and it throws you off, right? Like arachnophobia is like a good example of this, right? But like, you know, I'm not, but like, part of, you know, arachnophobia exists because it's the idea that this tiny little creature could, you know, there are versions of these tiny creatures that will just straight up kill you, you know? And whereas a dog, for the most part, it's like they're gonna bite you, and yeah, a dog could kill you, yes, obviously. Is a dog generally going to do that? No. Somebody's fucking cockapoo is not gonna come at you and kill you. It's just not happening. So it's like, I get it, bro. Like, I get like having a bad experience or somebody whose dog is bad and that creating a negative experience, right? I've had horrible experiences with cats. I have had cats attack me when I was young. I have had cats who just, and even in scenarios where I wasn't doing anything, all I wanted to do was pet its back, because I learned very early, yeah, you can't dog pet it. But then I would try to just lightly pet them, and they'd be like, no. And they would attack me. And I've been attacked, I've been bit, I've been scratched. I've had bad scratches. But I'm not scared of cats now. You know, I don't fear them. I love cats, actually. I think cats are super cool. But I know I will fully acknowledge, I will still maintain the belief that I still think it is more common for a cat to be an asshole than a dog. Now, that doesn't mean that cats are somehow worse animals or worse pets or bad pets. It's just, they're different. They're just different. You know, so I'm glad she's committing us to things, by the way. That's always good. Anyway, yeah, like it just, oh my God, it gets me so much, because it's just I understand having really bad experiences. And when they are truly bad, it's different. But some people's are just like, the dog barked at me. The dog growled at me, you know. I got bit and it hurt. Not I got bit and it tore my flesh off, you know. Like, there's a lot of people who claim like they're scared of dogs for very benign things. And it always gets me, because it's just like, you're perpetuating the problem to them, because the problem is animals in general, they sense fear, you know. They sense, hey, you seem timid with me, what's wrong with you, right? Like, a lot of times with dogs, it's like, I know I'm chill, why are you all sketchy here? Why are you being sketchy? You know, I'm a little I don't know, I'm not feeling you anymore. So you gotta be confident. You have to be confident with animals. You have to be confident. Even if you're faking it, fake it till you make it, you know? Oh man, we finally reached level 91. Hold on, dude. Hold on, I gotta... Oh, I think I still have the graphics settings pretty low. Hold on. Yeah, that was the problem. From when I was trying to figure out what was happening with my webcam settings, I had set the graphics to lower. And I think I clearly forgot to bring it up. I guess I hadn't been playing this to a point where I was paying enough attention. But it was really looking at, because like there's all the cobblestone, and then there's so much detail on these. Like, I was like, oh, something's wrong. Well, let me attune here. I think I forgot to attune to an etherite at the last location, so that might come to bite me in the ass later. We'll find out. That's going to be one of those things where I was like, I guess that's a bridge I'm going to cross when we get there. But I'm pretty sure I fucked up. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, because this too. Yeah, let's find out. Yep, didn't do it. Totally fucked up. So we're going to have to... when I have to end up going here... it's gonna be, we're gonna have to just go through. What I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to go this way and go in there, because I need to attune here and then I'll go here. Though it looks like the path to get here might be here. Oh, we'll have to find out. No. I might actually take a moment here. I think I need to do. Speaking of my dog, I need to coax her to eat. I think she's deciding to ignore her food bowl. I'll tell you what. I've never had a dog. I've never seen a dog or a cat, for that matter, be as picky with her food than my dog. She clearly has like tried to manipulate us in so many ways, and I'm in a way, I'm happy to give her. What we do now is we get the brand Fresh Pet, so we get like essentially a real food, because the whole real food thing is a thing. Talk to your vet, but we give her a real food topper and with her kibble so that she's still getting the grains, because please, for the love of God, do not put your dog on a grain-free diet unless it is specifically recommended by your vet. And most vets are not going to do that unless it is absolutely necessary. But regardless, so that she gets her grains, make sure the kibble's in there. Because she just doesn't want to eat kibble anymore. She just doesn't. She's so picky. It's so funny. She literally will starve herself. It's so bad. So yeah, clear. Some days though, she just goes for it. Some days she's just like, all right, I'll eat it. But most of the time it's not in the morning. It's usually in the evening. And today was not one of those days. This morning is not one of those mornings. So I'm going to go do that quick. So I'm going to disappear for a moment, and then I'll be back. Where am I? Alrighty. I am back. Just give me a moment before I appear visually. This has been a good Final Fantasy stream so far from a technicality standpoint. I'm still a goddamn Warhammer! At least I was relevant for half the stream. God damn it. Okay. Hello, not Malibu, but Mablu. Probably could just sprint to her, but whatever. It is inherently still technically faster to do this way, so. I really need to spend a day or a night or something to do just like drip building. I always end up running. I don't need to. You couldn't just like bring her here. I guess if you talk to her first. That's a lot of alpacas. Look, face it. Face your fears. You'll be okay. He likes to mingle with the ranch hands and keep an eye on things. My question is this, because like we've now had multiple adults with these, like, of these people at this size. Like, is this like what? I haven't gauged, like, because I thought at first when we saw the initial one, right, that I was like, oh, maybe they're young or something. But like they just are short like this, because they're all like this. And do any of them not have these masks? What about the one? Do the one we came with have that? I want to explore, and now I just want to see this. I'm curious about the people, because this is clearly like a different race, you know, like. No, you are normal size. Given that I'm a Vieira, I'm generally tall, but yeah, they're about chest height, so you're a human. You're just a normal ass human. You got it. You got the goggle on. You had it though. I thought I saw one with like it lifted or something, but maybe I'm wrong. Have to find out, I guess, later. But that was so they're interesting to me now, because I didn't clock this as like a different race until kind of this moment. I don't know what that says about me, but put this down a little bit. Yeah, I don't know what that says about me per se, but you know. Wait. Tobley was the one up here? Did I not see that name on them when I was looking over here? Wait. Huh? Sopley. Oh, okay. It seems so familiar. I was like, wait, what? Who? Yes, that's me. Excellent work from the third promise and our entourage. Sharp instincts. I'm going with the diligent one. You. Aha, I knew it. The one that, I mean, the boastful one didn't feel like that's where they would go. And then also the one that just said he was him was like, okay, bro.
Deducing the Dunservant Selector was the first step of the feat. Too simple a task for this aspiring ruler, eh?
Right. Not hard at all.
Oh, good.
Zorolja.
I am told the head ledger, Tobli, is to be found here.
You have to guess which one of us is Tobli. That's part of the test.
See, how will he do? How will he do? Ah, you read him like a fucking book.
You're Tobli.
Read him like
Without
a.
even asking a single question. With that amusing prologue out of the way, we can proceed to the action.
Read him like a goddamn book.
I was free to devise any manner of feat. I considered the number of possibilities in the 10th column. But you must go forth and capture for me an alpaca.
All right. This will not end. I have a feeling. I have a certain
Well,
feeling.
I've not had the best experiences with alpacas. Aren't they generally docile creatures? That doesn't sound like much of a challenge.
Something about her audio constantly sounds funky.
Bring out the example.
Like I kind of wonder, did her voice actress have something going on when she did her lines that required a strong noise reduction?
This is a special kind of alpaca. Would you please approach the animal, third promise?
Who? Me? Well, it should stay calm if I stay calm, right? That's what Erinville said.
My mic arm is really falling lackadaisical right now. Might hear me here with me.
Ah! The little monster spat on me! Oh, that stinks!
She's dead.
Alpacas are paradoxical creatures, being both extremely curious and extremely cowardly. Press your luck when they're frightened, and you'll get a face full of spit, as you've all just witnessed.
That felt
Has an awful
like it
stench
wasn't
to its
defensive.
decoration. The globs contain half-digested food, you see, making it an effective deterrent against perceived threats.
Wild valley braid like this one are especially timid and can therefore be quick to lash out. They're also especially hardy.
Indeed. We take the rugged wild alpacas and breed them with our gentle domesticated stock. This produces the strong but beatable pack animals prized by our traveling merchants.
Okay.
That's all well and good, but did I need to bathe an alpaca spit for you to make your point?
So, the task is to catch a wild alpaca.
That is correct. But be warned that it is a feat easier said than done. I suggest you prepare well before you enter the valley where the creatures dwell. And by you, I mean the claimants only. Allies are not permitted to assist with the catching.
That makes sense.
The alpacas will help me judge which of you is worthy of receiving a keystone.
So I'm to chase down a fluffy, spitting demon, and that somehow proves I'm fit to rule?
As I said, the Dawn Servant granted me the freedom to decide my challenge. And when you reach the end of the ride, I dare say you will understand why I chose what I chose.
These, I mean, as we have kind of learned, we inherently learned from the last one, right? These are really,
Very well.
these are both cultural
This will
lessons
take
as much
long.
as they are physical ones.
Wait! Didn't I warn you this was easier said than done? There are preparations to be made, factors to consider.
A beast is a beast. All yield to strength.
He's like, you know, it's funny with him. You know, he has the warmonger mentality, but he strikes me as a character that actually would end up learning lessons and actually learning from them. You know.
That doesn't mean I can't do this. Revolting aside, they're just another animal.
Are you all right, Orclamat? We thought we heard you scream.
The third promise does not scream. It was more of a startled yelp.
Scream, in other words.
Did you find the elect?
Oh, we certainly did.
All right, how shall we proceed? Need my hands. Hands need lotion. All right. You'll need to make them an offer. Damn. All right. Woo. I thought I was running into conversion problems in the real world. Damn. $1 million fucking dollars for a saddle. Damn, brother. I panicked. Yeah. Well, now she gets to be on the other end of it, you know? She gets to be the other end of the attempted bargaining. Problem is definitely being an outsider and trying to peddle is a little bit more difficult. Yeah. Hello. You. Dormammu, I have come to bargain. Okay, I think we're skipping some steps here. Right. Yeah, we're missing steps. This is supposed to be kind of like you trade, this for that, for this, for that, and you stack until you get to the point you want, Where we've decided to go. You did the first wrong move, which is you went right from like what's supposed to be step 1. You just immediately tried to go into step 8, Oh boy. Well, then you're gonna not get a fucking sale, dipshit. What? Because, like, people don't ride casually? What? Yeah, man, this is a whole thing. Ooh. I've thought about that, actually. The fact that, like, a lot of a lot of the people now, a lot of younger people now they look at war with a lot more of an aspiring affliction, because they're not, they're separated from it. I mean, that's why we're only seeing a lot of all this World War II stuff. Like, that's why we're seeing a lot of things that happened in World War II kind of make a comeback. Despite that, we should have long known that these atrocities were atrocities and they shouldn't be repeated, no matter, and no matter, and inherently you could take that to whatever way you wish, but like we're so separated. Hello, we're so separated from World War II now that a lot of people, you know, it got to, especially with things like Call of Duty and all that, it got idealized, you know, like people looked at it and were like, oh, this is this cool thing, not and easily forgetting, because like we haven't had such a grand scale war. Oh, let's see. I think I might queue up though for a one duty roulette at least, because these are all very like, these portions of the quests and stories are all generally pretty tame, so we can at least try to get a dungeon out of the way here. We'll do it as a Pictomancer though, just so that we can get through it. And this is just in case we this part's just in case we get a finished quest before the queue timer pops. Keep forgetting about this. Leave me alone. Stuck on the sign. I wanted to look at what the creature looked like, and I got stuck. I'm trying to bargain. I'm on a con trade up challenge. I'm trying to go from a normal Pikachu to a rare Charizard. Now, I was watching a Zane. Technically, it was a Peter stream, but I was watching that group play, like they were doing Pokemon Sorry, but they were using, like, if you got knocked out or whatever, when you knocked someone out, you had to give like a hot take, and I forget his full username, but Sketch, he said, like, hating on Charizard is no longer cool. At this point, you're just following a fad. Like, no. Charizard is still overwhelmingly overrepresented. And, you know, while I would very easily say the same thing about Pikachu. Pikachu literally is the mascot, so you kind of can't argue with that, because they're not going to change the mascot. Like, they're not going to change the mascot to like Togedemaru. Like, they're not going to do that. So let's Yeah, so the you know, I still definitely, I believe that it would be very, I still definitely, I don't think at all that it's like just like current fad, you know, to that was very interesting screen. I don't think it's just like current fad to hate Charizard or to hate on Charizard fans. Like, no, I still think Charizard fans are I still think Charizard fans are generally the most outspoken. And I don't think there's anything wrong with being a Charizard fan. But, you know, it's just the thing about like it, but it's just the fact that like I don't have a problem with Charizard fans. I have a problem that every game must have a Charizard thing, you know. And that has changed. That has changed. The last few games we have not had that, and that's been good, you know, because that's the thing, right? You oversaturated the market, you know, because you had, you know, there was a special thing with XY, then there was special stuff during Sun and Moon, and then, you know, then in Gen 8, all of a sudden he's in the forefront again, you know. So like they're wearing one. Yo, let's go. First try. First try. Let's go. Let's see. I mean, you have a big axe, so I would hope that you'd be able to say if the all right. You'll make it. You'll make it, girl. You can do it. Hey, let's go. Anyway, yes. So I do think that like Charizard is at least, I will say my hot take is that we can give Nintendo a bit of a break for now. But I don't think saying that you're like still saying you're sick of Charizard stuff is wrong. I still think that it's kind of, I think it's I still feel like it's very like, you know, hey, I was burned for a long time. It's going to take a while to recover. The Pelu are interesting. I do wonder what they, I just kind of wonder if are they just shorter humans essentially? They said forbidding, but wouldn't the more proper term be foreboding? Oh, right. Yeah. Because if I do something to fuck up the cutscene or whatever, if it doesn't send me back here, I have to go back there, kind of, to like re-queue this. So needless to say, what that means is I'm really hoping that for whatever reason, the queue doesn't pop while we're doing this. Oh, good. Okay, sweet. Noto Cacular. Or Cactuar, sorry. Huh. Ooh, okay. Always in a rock and a hard place here. Hey, I gotta skip this. Get me out. Let me out. Whew. Uh-oh. What is... Oh. Alright, good. Oh, that, right. Oh, I have to do it outside. That's fine. Alright, at least I get a good chunk of my abilities here. Yeah, I can't lie. This is a similar Dragoon drip that I rock. I can't I can't fault her too much for it looking like that. Oh, the resin really. Ah. Oops. I accidentally I shift tabbed. Yeah, we don't have the white paint spell yet, but oh, wait. I like how the painting animation doesn't cancel though. I can't remember what this mission is. It's been so long. Oh, I didn't like that. we got the two of them now. Thunder and magenta. I was a little late on that, but sorry. Let's go finish it off with the Moogle. Hey, yo, it's the hand. The hand they fight on in the in the trailer. Yep. Aw, damn it. That back up. Oh. Let's stand here. Need to make sure I got them lined up there. Away. Did I time out? That'd be a shame. I can't see, I technically can't fully even see the one I'm targeting. Bonk, bonk. I think she made it in time technically. Oh, that was almost really bad timing. Bonk, 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 bonk. Oh, the spin, I guess, technically went off. Oh, you opened it. You opened it. I guess technically I could try them on. That's, I guess, the one nice part is that you could just try stuff on and see how you like the look of it. Oh, I'm gonna have to wait now. All right, be done. I'm like, it did not pull aggro? Like, what's going on there? I'm confused. Boom. All right. Oh, I remember this now. Oh, I remember this now. This cutscene was sad. Take this. You know, I always have a very positive interaction with Stormblood. But like it definitely wasn't like while it was definitely not it was not one of the best when it came to specifically the like it wasn't the best when it came to being like the between all of the expansions. It's still what it did was it was the period that I got interest. I really got interested in the game. That you know, they added one of my first favorite classes, being the red mage. I really bungled that one. Didn't see it for a moment. Hey, let's go. And we're back up. What is this? So Rainbow Drip does unaspected damage to all enemies in a straight line before you with a with a potency. And then yeah, so it goes down through the line. Grants white paint. When Rainbow Bright is active, Rainbow Drip can be cast immediately and its recast timer is reduced. When Rainbow Bright, that's when I'm in this mode, right? There's not a, yeah, let's say we're not nearby, yeah. I'll have to test that out later. Ooh. Hmm. I have a mind to trade if you're interested. A sack of mate leaves is valued at 1 pel. In the thousands column. Thanks for that help, I guess. The second promise, of course. Okay. Yeah, everybody's got a favorite. you know, we're really sitting in obviously a realm of like between like Kona and Wuklumat. You know, like we're really sitting in that realm of like they both probably would do well to like very much like one of them probably be, because you know you always want like more of a middle ground. And maybe if Sorulja like gets some lessons in there, the concept of a good triumvirate could go pretty good. Like that could work well. Otherwise, just at least we could get, if Wook was in power and then, you know, people are kind of on the middle ground in between them as like good advisors, and you know, that could work. That was it over here, I guess. Oh, they're right there. Okay. Well, they weren't far from each other. Yes, I have some leaves. Why do they say it like that? 5 Pel in the thousands column. Like, that's such a, like, there's a totally, that's like such an inefficient way to say that. Yes? I mean, I don't know why I'm asking this. It technically is there, but it's not the other one I would like to get to. The smile. The premium mezcal. Okay, if you believe so. Hell yeah. Nice. Yeah, I mean, we went from 1,000 to 5,000. We're up trading pretty freaking hard here. Yeah, we're definitely doing. But we are doing. We're doing pretty solid on the leveling arc for sure. All right, I'm gonna go outside a little bit, and we're gonna see if I can just take a moment here, quickly check, see what the new ability does. Can there be an enemy nearby? There you are. Okay, so that definitely does that. So I'm gonna just get through one of these. Okay, so no, it's not that. Where's Rainbow Bright? I need to figure out, when do you get Rainbow Bright? Rainbow Bright. I think it's a passive, I'm guessing. So I need to check. Because it's when Rainbow Bright is active. When Rainbow Bright is active. When does Rainbow Bright? Where's that? What is that ability? We'll wait for them to respond. Maybe it happens when you use the... It grants white paint. I don't recall where or what Rainbow Bright is. Sure. See if up here. Any enemies hanging up around here? No. Alright, well, they respawned. So that's the question. Is just when is Rainbow Bright active? We have Rainbow Drip, but I don't like Rainbow Bright doesn't show up as a passive. You know, so I'm like, okay. I guess it's not passives, they're unassignables, but oh yeah, so this can go because this is, yeah, this goes from that to that. It's the whole thing. We don't need that. How do you get to rainbow motif? Okay, yeah. Yeah, Star Prism. Where are the traits? Huh. Okay, grants Rainbow Bright upon consuming all stacks of Hyper Fantasia, which is what again? How do you attain Hyper Fantasia? I'm missing that one now. That's the other. Now we're in that question. All right. Let's see. Hammer changes to hammer stamp. Changes to hammer brush. Okay, so here it goes. Through Starry Muse. Stacks of Hyper Fantasia are consumed upon casting certain spells while under the effect of inspiration. Okay, so we'll try this. We'll kind of do this again here. So enhanced Pictomancy grants Rainbow Bright, consuming all stacks of Huh. That's the thing, is what I really need to do is I need to go find a I'll test this afterward, but I would need to really go find a to figure out the stacks and all that. I would need to really figure out I need to go to a training dummy. Okay, so let's see. Bebilja. Mablu. How's it going? The deal is as good as sealed, she says. You know, it's not showing the up arrow, but it must be... No. What? Some of these locations are so weird. If I see that down arrow show up, I'm gonna be mad. Okay, no, it's right here. It's like this should have like the up arrow or something still. Good old Gobley. Ugh. Ooh, bending my legs. What's this about? You know, you needed a game plan here. Let's see. I don't know. Let's play. Let's just do this, I guess. All right. You know, I had a 1 in 3 shot. All right, I fucked it up. The first time I got the first try, and now I fumbled the bag. We got there eventually. Are they truly? If you could secure a deal, yes, yes, yes. Ah, damn. She's playing him like a damn fiddle right now. There you go. Knew we were gonna have to fight something, though. I kind of knew we weren't getting away from that entirely. Though at least now I technically fight something, so maybe so I'll definitely do the Pictomancer here to try to do the Pictomancer here to hopefully pick up on that. The thing what I'm not getting at the moment is what do I need to do? Because it was right. So grants Rainbow Bright. Grants 5 stacks as Hyperphantasia upon executing Starry Muse. But how do you consume stacks of Hyperphantasia? That's the thing I'm not getting. One moment. All right. All right, we can get through this. Now we're gonna have to go deal with her. All right, let's wait up here. Talk to said Alfarius. Alphano later. We instead are we're gonna get going here. So tomorrow I'm gonna clean up my desk here when I'm done streaming, and tomorrow I'm gonna get back on the Adepticon grind because I really got to do it. So yeah, until then, see you guys tomorrow. And I need to remember, it's either this Thursday. There'll be a stream this Thursday or next Thursday. I got to check with my wife. But until then,